welcome inside 302 Sports. Matt Side here for the Blue Hen Conference Finals. Excuse me, coming to you live from St. George's High School. Nick Alessandrini alongside my broadcast partner today, Josh DeFilippis, and then Nick Halliday to our right. Well, Josh, going to be a fun Saturday evening for us. The Blue Hen Conference Finals here at St. George's. We're going to see a lot of Hawks tonight. We're going to see a lot of William Penn Colonials tonight, and then a bunch of other schools like Odessa, Del Castle, Christiana also with some finalists. So this is going to be a fun evening of wrestling.
Nick, first off, thanks for having me. It's a big downgrade from last year. I know you had Jack Holloway with you last year.
We're happy to have you,
Josh.
Josh.
Listen, man, I'm so pumped for this. Birthdays, Christmas, none of that compares to Blue Hen Conference night.
There you go.
Honestly, I'm so pumped for this. The room has a buzz in it. And I'm pumped. I'm very pumped. Thank you for having me.
We're happy to have you. It's thrilling. It's always great when we can be Matt's side. Again, we're right next to the action here at St. George's High School, a phenomenal run tournament. A special thanks to John Wilson, of course, the head coach here, Dave Williams, who we both know very well, getting us set up here, Matt's side, and we are ready to rock and roll. So we are going to begin right at 106, Josh. So let's dive in and see what we've got planned for ahead. So we're going to roll from 106 all the way up to 285, and it starts with a familiar matchup. These two met a few weeks ago in a big-time Blue Hen dual meet conference final where Adrian Austin able to pull out the victory over Mr. Zatowski here from St. George's in sudden victory. So these two guys know each other. It's going to be a battle most likely coming down to that final part of the third period. We're going to find out, but it's going to be a good one again. This one going into sudden death there the first time they met a little while ago.
Well, listen, the team score is pretty close as well. I don't know the exact score. It was 229 to 222, I think, the last time, with St. George's on top. So this match, and I believe they got a bunch of head-to-head matchups here. So this is going to be
five,
big.
maybe, potentially?
Yeah, 5. Similar to last year.
That's right. Let's dive right in. It's Zatowski and Austin underway here, period one. Again, this match going into sudden victory back at that dual meet on the road at William Penn for Alumni Night a few weeks ago. We had the luxury of being there. High crotch here for Zatowski. And Austin able to shake it off. See Coach Dave Williams and Brandon Davis over there in the corner.
I love that guy. I love Dave Williams. I'm not afraid to say it anymore. I used to be afraid to say it, but I love that guy. I love walking in the gym and seeing Dave Williams.
Oh, absolutely. Coach Arcangelo, another great coach there on the other side for William Penn. So two good ones here and two great wrestlers at 106. Zatowski again trying to get in on that shot. Austin playing defense. And we're almost a minute in here to period one.
Would you describe Zatowski as lanky? That's probably a good way to
for a 106 pounder, right?
He's very lanky. He's got his stance. I love the stance. It's very Monsters Inc. He's got this
And these guys, the 1 and 2 seeds here in the conference, coming in. Austin, I believe, the top seed.
Nice dump.
And there it is, something that I used to do a lot back in the day. There's the dump for two. Dave Williams good at that as well.
Oh, yeah.
And Austin able to get the first takedown here. He takes a 3-0 lead. 30 seconds left here in the first. So now Austin trying to go to work off top here. Short time, approaching 15 seconds in the first. Winding down the opening period. Zatowski trying to get one here. 5 seconds. A stall call here against Austin as they get to their feet. And here it is. How about that one, Josh? A point for Zatowski right at the last second there as we head to the second period.
Hey, that's big. That's really big. Obviously, anytime you can score points is big. But that late in a period, you can squeak one out, man. That's huge. That is huge. It keeps you in it here. So,
coin flip here. We'll have Austin taking bottom. 2 minutes on the clock here. The start of period two. Moments from getting underway. A 3-1 lead for Austin after the takedown he got there on the dump in the first period.
Got some legendary referees happening here tonight. We got Joe Labozo. We got Marv Dooley. I see sitting over there. We got some names here. Everybody comes out for the Blue Hen. Nice shot.
There it is. Textbook from Austin, able to get in deep on that shot and then stand and finish. And he's got 2 takedowns plus the escape to start the period. He now leads Zatowski 7-1. A lot of time left, though, in this one. 1.5 year period, too.
With the three-point takedown, you're never really out of it, though. You just get back to your feet. You got a shot, you know.
And doing my first couple broadcasts this year, you know, I had some of those slips kept saying 2-2. I was like, wait a minute, not anymore. It's 3 now. I would have liked that, as I always said back in the day. I was a big fan of neutral, so that would have helped me out a little bit more. Zatowski able to get to his feet. 7-2 now, a minute left in the second. 49 seconds to go here. Second period between Austin and Zatowski.
Nice shot. Nice shot. He's got a circle to it. He comes up to his feet.
Trying to finish. Another great job by Zatowski to get in on that shot. As you mentioned, Austin doing a good job, though, of denying the takedown. He's got the hard whizzer in. And that strength from Austin is going to allow him to defend that takedown attempt there with 20 seconds to go here in the second. Reshot from Zatowski. And you can see the strength and the wrist control there from Adrian Austin is keeping Zatowski at lengths away. But now Zatowski right back to it.
Big takedown there.
And how about that one, Josh, sticking with it. Clock stops with 5 seconds on the clock here in the second period. And now Adrian Austin a little shaken up by the scores table. Seems to be all right. Great sign there for the young wrestler from William Penn. I think calling for blood time here potentially. So we're going to have a chance to decipher this one, Josh, with 5 seconds left. It was Austin defending those first 2 shots. Zatowski able to get in deep on both of those. Somehow couldn't get the takedown. And then a late reshot here, able to get it. And that's just grinding it out and sticking with it.
It's so good to see. You're down. The period's getting late, and he's still fighting. He's still pushing. A lot of times you see guys late in a period, they kind of just let the clock tick away. You got to score here, man. We got 10 seconds.
Exactly.
That's enough time to get a shot off. Let's get a shot. I love to see that.
And again, we saw Zatowski get that one as time expired back in the first period after he was taken down. So Zatowski picking up some big points here towards the end of the first and now the end of the second period. And we got ourselves a match here potentially heading into the third. It'll be 5 seconds on the clock after the injury time here for Austin.
Just a little program note. St. George's and William Penn sitting right next to each other in the crowd, too. So I look for that to get very chippy at some point.
That's right. And, you know, nobody knows them like they've been going at each other all year long. So many matchups between those two schools, including that dual meet. Step lift return there to send us into the third period. So Zatowski holds Austin for the final 5 seconds, but Austin will hold that 7-5 lead as we head into the third. But Zatowski with the choice here, Josh, and he'll go down.
I think it's a good choice anytime. You got to be confident on bottom. I'm scoring. He didn't even look at Dave Williams. I'm going down. I'm getting a point here.
And he does. 2 seconds into the third period, 7-6, I believe the score now. Waiting for a change here, and it does. And now here we go, Josh. 147, a 1-point match between these two. Front head position here for Zatowski. Austin trying to look for that dump again.
I like Austin being aggressive here. He's up by a point. He's not coasting. He's still trying to score. I like it. He's comfortable wrestling underneath like this, working for that dump.
Now looking for a fireman's here potentially. And it's Zatowski able to get a boot in, it looks like.
Yep.
And he's gotten locked in over top. This is nothing as of right now, but what a position we've got here with these two. 1:13 to go in the third period. How is this going to finish out in a stalemate?
That's tough. That's tough. That's a lot of effort, but
no, this is a good one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we knew coming in it would be a good one between these two. Two that know each other, two that been into overtime against each other. And here we go, Josh. 1 minute on the clock here in the third and a 1-point match.
At what point do we throw caution to the wind and go for it? You know, you got to open it up. You got to. I mean, there it goes. Actually, you know, Zatowski. That's the risk. That's the risk there. You know, I think maybe he turned it on a little too early there. There was still some time to maybe set something up, but. Good shot defense by Austin there to get the 3.
And now Zatowski, though, able to escape, and now he'll need a takedown to take us to 10-10. It's a 10-7 lead now here for Adrian Austin, the freshman from William Penn. 27 seconds to go in the third period. Zatowski needs a takedown. 1 caution already against Austin.
He's got time. Zatowski's got time to set something up here. He doesn't have to dive in. I mean, 20 seconds is enough time to throw some fakes, you know.
Crowd trying to get him to do so. 9 seconds now for Zatowski. 7. Austin holding him away. Stalling called. 1 point. A takedown would win it now, but Austin going to use that strength to hold off Zatowski for the final 10 seconds. Josh, he gets the win. 10-8. He is your Blue Hen Conference champion at 106 pounds.
Smart wrestling by Austin there. Look, give up the point, run away. You got 20 seconds. Stay away.
That's right. Just don't
away.
give up. You can't give up 3 cautions in 20 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, I know some guys have come close.
Yeah. Depends on your official as well, but a good job there as Adrian Austin, who got the sudden victory win at the dual meet a few weeks ago, gets another close one in the win at 106 over Zatowski. That'll take us now to 113 pounds, Josh. And we've got Billy Pernot here from St. George's, and he's going to be taking on Xavier Ramos from AI. So these two did not have a chance to meet in the Del Castle tournament. I believe Campanelli eliminated Ramos in the semifinals, and Pernot, I believe, able to get to the finals there back at Del Castle. So these two meet here now in the Blue Hen Conference Finals at 113 pounds.
I'm excited. Look, I don't know much about Ramos, I'll be honest. I've seen a few of the broadcasts. I think maybe going back to last year. I'm not sure. I think he was in the finals last year as well. Tough kid. AI's a tough school, you know, so I'm excited. You know what you're getting with St. George's, you know, so I'm very excited.
4th place for Ramos at Del Castle in the Invitational. Again, last year, as Josh just mentioned, a Blue Hen Conference finalist. And now he gets a hot Billy Pernot here, who has been wrestling very well here towards the end of the season, and we are underway at 113.
Nice shrug attempt there.
And we talked about the parity here, at least in the finals today, Josh. We're going to see here Ramos from AI. We've got an Odessa Duck later, a Christiana Viking, a Del Castle Cougar. A lot of schools here in the Blue Hen being represented in the finals. You love to see that.
Listen, I truly love. Oh, we got a big.
See who gets the advantage here, and it's going to be a takedown for Ramos to get started.
Nice Granby.
Good follow by Xavier Ramos there. Now we'll head back to center circle. 3-0, 114.
Listen, I love the Blue Hen Conference Finals. I'm not kidding you. It's so exciting. You get guys from schools that you don't hear a lot about.
That's right.
And it's very exciting. Guys go for it here. They go for it. So
now Coach Dave Williams and Brandon Dave not having to leave their seats over there.
Yeah.
They'll stay put, and now trying to coach Billy Pernot here to a victory at 113. 1 minute to go here in the first. Ramos coming in unofficially with a record of 41-23. And out of those 41 victories, 33 pins.
That's impressive. That is really impressive.
You know, a different animal here in the conference finals, but that just goes to show you how well of a season that he's had so far. And now he's got something locked up, and he's going to roll over looking for backs. Knee in the side there for Xavier Ramos, and he's going to pick up 4.
Looks like he's got a cradle locked up. Is that what he's trying to roll through there?
Yeah,
Cradle?
trying to go back to it.
He's got him stuck there, buddy.
Close to the circle. 10 seconds on the clock, short time. And it's not going to matter. Xavier Ramos, you called it, Josh, gets the stick on the far side of the mat. And last year a finalist in the Blue Hen, and this year a conference champion.
That's big. That's really big. Pernot's a tough kid, man. That's a big statement by Ramos there. Headed into the state tournament.
That's right. And that's when you want to be wrestling your best.
That's right, man. He's hot right now. That's very impressive.
Again, Pernot had been on a nice little hot streak there. And he runs into the AI Tiger, Xavier Ramos, who takes home the championship of the Blue Hen here at 113 pounds. And that'll take us to 120. And now we'll get to see Braden Kelly here from Middletown, the top seed in the Blue Hen. He's going to take on Haji Sako here from Christiana High School. So Sako with a very big crowd ovation during his introduction here for the finals. Great to see a Viking and, of course, a Middletown Cavalier here at the conference finals.
You know, there was a lot of talk about moving up the final start time. They wanted to push it up. I'm so glad they did. It gives guys a chance to get their crew here. You know, get your family, get your support. Get you in the finals, man. This is a big deal. So I'm glad. I'm glad there's a big reaction.
And you're right. It is a big deal, right? You're not sure how many wrestlers even get, finals appearances over the course of their careers, and now a chance for both of these guys to take home a conference championship. And again, both of these guys already cementing their spot in the next week's state tournament. As Sakoya able to get in there. Kelly trying to make something happen on defense.
Looking to funk out of this, I think. He's diving for that ankle. Or hold for a stalemate if he can.
Kelly holding on for dear life. As Sako trying to finish, and wow, what a job by Braden Kelly.
Wow, great defense. Into a shot of his own.
Wow, into a takedown for 3. A 5-point swing potentially, as it looked like Sako was on his way to 3. Excuse me, 6-point swing. There it is again.
If I'm Sako, I don't get discouraged there, man. He was in deep on that shot. I think we're okay here, I hope he doesn't get discouraged. I hope he finds a way to his feet and keeps pushing, man, because that was an excellent shot by him.
Kelly
just did a fantastic job of defending, man.
Showing the confidence, pulls him back to the center, and now going to throw the boots in. And how about that pressure from Braden Kelly over the top? He's going to crank that. And he's got short time, though. 12 seconds, going to potentially pick up some backs now. Good job by Sako to fight off. And 5 seconds short time here as we wind down the opening period. And we're going to take a 3-0 score here to period number 2. As Kelly with the takedown, the difference after 1.
Kelly's dad was actually my CYO coach at St. Peter's.
How about that?
Pat
St.
Kelly.
Peter's, there you
St.
go.
Peter's days, yeah.
That's right. I'll tell you, I used to love wrestling there in that gym.
Athletic director of Middletown. You guys should be in uniform for your ceremony, please.
Oh, big attempt there on a cement mixer by Kelly.
And now it's going to lead to see if Sako can make it happen, and he'll take up the takedown, as you mentioned, on the attempt there.
Going for a defensive pin here, or a defensive pin, I guess you'd call that.
.1:14 to go, second period. We are all tied at 3 between Haji Sako and the number 1 seed Braden Kelly. Another number 1 versus number 2 matchup here. Kelly able to get out. He'll take a 1-point lead now, 4-3 on the escape. 57 seconds to go here in the second. Shrug into a shot there for Sako. And he's in deep there. Kelly, though, we saw what he did back in the first period defensively. Going to take another. Would have taken a miracle there to avoid that one. Almost came into back points. So that takedown puts Sako up. And I spoke too soon on the reversal. We're tied at 6.
I always got very uncomfortable. Guys start cranking on my ankles and knees, man. You start bending them. You get guys that are rubber knee, and
We've seen some injuries out there, getting caught up in certain spots. As Kelly now trying to look for that half. He's got the one-on-one. 5 seconds to go, short time as we wind down the second. 2, 1, and we're heading to the third, all tied at 6. And this is what a conference finals is all about here, and we're heading to the third.
Kelly took top here, is that right? Kelly choose top.
I
believe he did.
So.
I'm just always shocked when somebody takes top. I don't know why.
I know people over the career that always have, and they were very good on top. And I'm with you, but I've always, especially in the match here, 6-6. But we saw what Kelly was able to do with those legs back when he got the takedown. So he's confident in his game on top, and there he goes, going to work. Got the crossface here, looking for maybe a crossface cradle. He's got the head in the side, trying to run this thing. Sako able to get back to his base here. Minute 30 to go. We're still tied at 6. And now the deep half able to put him back to the mat and almost able to turn it there. And the strength of Sako able to hold him off. 1:20 to go, tied at 6.
Looking for a cross wrist here. I like the pressure that Kelly's putting, driving down on Sacco here.
He's a little high now, though, is Braden Kelly. Going to have to settle back. He does. Sacco still trying to battle up here.
Yeah.
We're tied at 6. An escape would give Sacco the lead.
Kelly's coming awfully close to a full Nelson a couple of times there, and that is not the way you want to lose a match.
And now Sacco able to get the escape for one. He takes a lead here, and now we've got a scramble. And now a wizard from Braden Kelly as he's trying to hold off Sacco, and we've got hip to hip here with a 1-point match. Sacco able to, for the second, take Kelly over, and they're going to give him the takedown. What a final 30 seconds it's been for Sacco, and now Kelly trying to turn this thing into a reversal and potentially some backs, but Sacco looking to rip that head out. It seems like Sacco is in better position here.
Man, Sacco is tough.
5 seconds to go. What a match here at 120 pounds. And it was a Kelly taking the lead early, Josh, and then Sacco from Christiana, the 2 seed, is your Blue Hen Conference champion for the Vikings.
Man, he's tough. He's tough, and he's made of rubber.
Wow.
Kelly was cranking some half Nelsons there, and he just wouldn't budge, man. He hung in there.
We've seen some resilience already through the first 3 matches here in the Blue Hen.
That was a fun match. That was very
That was
fun.
a good one. And what a way to take us to 126 pounds. As we go through awards now on the far side. So this match start will be delayed by a minute or so. And here we go. It's going to be the top seed from William Penn, Christian Smith, coming in at 26 and 15, the junior. And he's going to be taking on Gavin Booz from Concord. 24-9 is the senior. Got a win over the 2 seed Jalen Archie and did it in a nice fashion, 12-3 to get, he pinned his way to the finals. So here we go. Booz taking on Smith.
Listen, man, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I can't. This is the night of the year for me. I love this. I'm serious. I love.
Well, then you're in the
guys.
bed. You got a good seat, right?
Oh, this is fantastic. I love these seats. But I really do. I mean, you get a lot of guys that maybe they don't wrestle in a lot of finals. A lot of schools that are putting forth finalists tonight. I don't know. There is a feeling always at Blue Hen Conference final night. Every year. I love this night. I'm grateful you guys let me sit here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, and we've had 3 great matches already. That's really, again, we've had the crowd at every match, and we've gone down to the wire already 3 times as we are underway now at 126 pounds between Smith and Booz. A little Concord versus William Penn here in the Blue Hen.
New England University Golden Bears, Gavin Booz.
So I believe they announcing that Gavin Booz is going to continue his collegiate or his wrestling career in college.
37 and 19 for his career. 2024
So you always love to see that.
Milford Invitational champ.
I couldn't wait for it to be done.
Newcastle Invitational.
You know, it's completely, you're either on one side or you're on the other. There's no in the middle.
We need the 113.
But that's great. You love to see guys that taking it to the next level. So I'm very happy to hear
It's
that.
some of the best wrestlers that I've ever been around have been. I couldn't wait for the season to end sometimes.
There's a burnout every
That's
year.
right.
I
Once you
think,
get towards the end, you know, and wrestling can be a full year-round event, as we know. And if you're trying to improve, that work continues in the off season. So it is a 12-month sport for the most part. As we have Booz in on a deep shot here, trying to sub up for 2, and going for the funk here, Smith. Not going to be able to get it 2 for Booz as he takes an early lead.
That's 3,
1:48
Nick.
to go.
3 for a takedown.
I did it again.
Wake up, man. Come on.
Oh, man. See, when you do so many matches over the years of 2-2-2, I'll get it out eventually. 30 seconds to go here, first period. 3-0 is Smith looking to get on the score. You see almost every school, for the most part, represented in the finals, as Smith able to roll over here on Booz. And he'll get the reversal. 10 seconds to go here in the first period. And now back points on short time. 3 seconds. 2, 1.
Again, another late period, points scored here.
Believe it was 3 backs. They gave them there as the period came to a close. So 6-3 lead after going down 3-0 here for Christian Smith. And we're going to start neutral here in the second.
See if Booz goes with that low single again. He shot it. It was a beautiful shot last time. Let's see if that's his gig or not. I see him.
He was able to get that opening takedown of the match. I believe the first Concord Raider here in the finals. Shot there from Smith. Looking for that low single there. And the reshot by Smith, and he's in deep. Poking the head, Booz going to that leg.
Booz seems a little funky the way he wrestles. He's very okay with being in a bad position, it seems like. He seems comfortable.
And a tough one here now. As trying to hold on for life and trying not to give up the takedown to Smith. Under a minute to go in the second period. 6-3 lead for Smith, and now here comes Booz. Trying to turn that into something of his own, and now cutting the corner is Smith here.
Smith's got to scoot and get his hips on top here. Go cross toe and scoot.
Letting them go here for now. Still in the position that they've been scrambling, battling.
This is a battle of wills here. Who's gonna get tired of this first, man? But this is.
And they'll let him wrestle it out, and it ends up being a takedown for Christian Smith. And I like the way that was done. Now 9-3, 23 seconds and ticking here in the second period. And now we got another cradle. And he's got this thing in tight there.
I see a lot of guys going for the finish here on the cradle, sprawled out like this. It's different than we were taught growing up, knee in the side, head in the side.
Yeah.
But this is, he's tight. I mean, he's got her in there tight.
He does. 1 second to go and not going to get it in time as the clock was winding down. A good job by Booz to fight off, and now Smith going to choose neutral here in the third. So we're going to have 3 periods of neutral here at 126 pounds. A 13-3 lead now for Smith over Booz.
You know, Booz still in this. I mean, he that low single, he's a low single away from scoring a couple points here. And it's a nice shot. That first shot he got off was deep, and he just subbed up perfectly. And
it was close to a takedown there in the last period as well. And they've had 2 positions where it could have went either way. Smith came out on top both times. And now there he goes again. Got the sub up once more. This is what, as Josh mentioned, he scored on back in the first period.
If he could step up and reach that right hand around to the hip,
Another scramble here.
those guys looking for funk here. I mean, this is.
There's potentially dangerous. 1:10 on the clock here in the third period. 13-3 lead for Christian Smith at 126 pounds.
Another single shot.
Another good one, too. He's got it in deep and lifted up. Trying to step over. Trip not going to work out there. Smith now trying to get those hips back. And William Penn looking for their second conference final champion through the first 4 matches today. It's locked up over top.
This is what I mean about Booz being a little funky. I mean, that's a position that a lot of guys don't get out of. That cradle on your butt.
That's
I mean,
right.
usually you're in big trouble there.
He sat out, just was able to, it looks like widen himself out and able to get out of it. Now back to neutral. 24-second short time. Going to take a throw or something along those lines for Booz.
He's got to know where he's at here and maybe try to scramble, scooch.
Yeah, this is for Smith. He'll check the clock to see where he's at. 10 seconds to go.
Smart wrestling. Keep that foot in. Keep the clock running.
That's right. Crowd starting to clap. William Penn fans to their feet. And they're going to have the Colonials their second conference champion. This one comes at 126 pounds. The junior Christian Smith gets the win. He does it in major fashion. 13-3 over the Concord Red Raider boos,
Fifth place
and we're heading to 132.
13. First off, 8th place, Ryan Martinez Rosario.
You either love William Penn or you hate him, you know. And
That's a good point.
Dominic Rhodes.
I love them. I love them. I love that they have great crowd support. I mean, their guys, all of their fans, very comfortable just being hated in any gym that they go into. And the guy coming up at 175, Frankie Norris, I think he loves when there's a crowd of people maybe kind of
There you
booing
go,
him,
right?
you know. So I love William Penn, man. I love
I'll
him.
tell you, it's fun whenever we get to go do a match over there in Newcastle. We were getting there a few weeks ago for the St. George's and William Penn match. What an environment
Oh, yeah.
that was. I love the intros, the smoke. Coach Dooley now is going to be heading to the mat for his first match, I believe, of the night. And we're heading to 132 pounds, and we're going to have the top seed, Rusty Lloyd from St. George's, the junior, coming in 38-15, having himself a very nice season, where he will meet the second seed, a #1 versus 2 matchup in the finals. It'll be the Apo Jaguar Emilio Hoffman, another junior here, 26-13. Hoffman with a pin, a major, and a tech to get to the finals, and Lloyd has teched and then pinned his way to the finals as well. Going to be a fun one. We are underway. It's Lloyd and Hoffman at 132 pounds. Nice shot to get started for Hoffman. In deep.
He reached an outstanding milestone, earning his 100th career win.
Both guys. It's like we're in fast forward right now.
Right,
man.
we haven't
2 times
seen that
speed.
early.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they turned
That's
it on
right.
early. Yeah, like this.
And we'll have a quick stalemate. We'll head back to the center. 23 seconds in, 1:37 to go in the first. Again, St. George's, talking to Coach Dave Williams before the match. 9 guys in the finals today. And again, I'm going to have to get the final number on William Penn. I'm sure they're along those same lines.
Yeah, they've been back and forth all day. I did
That's
talk to
right.
Dave as well, and I think as far as wrestlebacks go,
20-pound lace winners, all the report.
we got a lot happening here, Nick. I'm going to let you do the talking, man. I get swept up and just watch, you know.
And it's going to end up with a takedown here that time for Rusty Lloyd, who was able to get in that single. Lifted it up, and now going to look to put some boots in. We are 1 minute into the first, 1 minute to go. 3-0 after the takedown.
Hoffman's got that leg on bottom, man. He's cranking.
Another quick stalemate, or excuse me, just a stalemate here. So Appoquinimink, you're going to see a few Jaguars coming up here the next few matches. Coming up at 138 pounds will be Jordan Mills. Coming up next for Appoquinimink. As we mentioned here, for these two guys, none of them, or only Hoffman had one full match here throughout the conference between him and Lloyd. It came back in the semifinals when he had the 12-3 win over Flores from William Penn. As Lloyd again going to work on top, applying that pressure, trying to get the turn. 15 seconds to go, and he's going to have time to get some backs. 10 seconds left here in the first period.
Tell you what, the way Lloyd rides legs is your nightmare on bottom. He seems like he's got funky hips. His knees are out wide, you know. That is a leg rider there.
And I'll
that's
tell you,
somebody you might not want to be underneath.
and
Yeah.
that was what I didn't want to see, right? Whenever I was wrestling, is I didn't want somebody that was their A game. You know, their best part of their game was those legs. One of my drilling partners back in the day, Nick McGinley, who started his career at Hodson.
Oh yeah, I remember Nick.
One of the best leg riders that I was around, and I'll tell you what, there's something else when you've got an A+ leg rider. Hard to deal with.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah, it's
tell
not
you. You said it, a nightmare. As we have a quick escape here to get started. Lloyd able to do it, 7-0 after he's got the takedown, the 3 backs, and now the escape here in the second period.
Lloyd is very heavy in neutral, heavy hands, very heavy, but quick. It's a confusing thing when a guy's got his hands in your face and he's in and out, faking a lot. I mean, it's a lot to kind of process. You got a lot happening in your face.
He looks strong there too for 132 pounds. As Hoffman trying to reach back a little bit there. Another boot in. This time for Lloyd, who now leads 10-0. 1:16 to go in the second.
You'd like to see Hoffman try to scrape that, use his thighs, his knees, kind of scrape that leg out, or pin the hip to the mat. It's tough. It's easier said than done. It's not a place you want to be at all.
And potentially dangerous there, so they'll stop it.
And I don't know if this is the way to stop legs, but it was always like, hey, you just got to roll, dude. You got to move. You got to just, the whistle blows,
right,
you got to
don't get broken down.
Yeah, like.
Catch the legs, right? Try to catch him before you get him in there. That's what they always just say, but it's tough. Like you said, easier said than done.
Yeah.
And now he's got him in once again. There's that pressure. And looking for that power half. 48 seconds to go. Looking for another turn is the top seed Lloyd.
There it is.
And there's the spin through. And Hoffman able to get the reversal. So a good job by Hoffman there to take some pressure up top for a minute or two and then able to battle back and get the reversal.
You know, Hoffman's down 10-2 right now. Short time in the second period. I like when a guy, look, he's not going to score here. Throw some cross faces, you know.
That's
Send a
right,
message
there
a
you go.
different way.
Mhm.
You know, you can kind of rough him up a little bit. You're not encouraging violence, but a cross face is very legal, and you can stuff that head, and you can send a message a different way, and kind of wear him out for 25 seconds or
That's
something.
right.
Look at this, get some swipes too.
And we'll see. He was able to get
Nope.
done in a short time there. Apologize on the countdown, but we're heading to the third period. 10-2. Lloyd in control. Hoffman choice. And he's going to take neutral. And, of course, as you mentioned, trailing by 8. Got to go for something here in the third. And we are underway. 132-pound conference final between Lloyd and Hoffman. Nice shot there on the sweep single. Trying to put those shoulders to the mat there. And Lloyd going to settle for the takedown. And now looking for some backs there as he sinks in the half, runs it over. And Lloyd going to have to settle back, but he's going to get the 4 backs, and that's going to take us to a tech fall at 132. And what a tournament in the Blue Hen for Rusty Lloyd. A tech, a pin, and a tech to round out his conference championship run.
It's fun, man. It's just fun. Guys that don't shrink up in the big moment. That's a big moment. You know, the finals. Blue Hen Conference Finals is a big moment. Stay solid all the way through. I like that. I like to see it.
Doing now our awards over on the right side as we now head to 138 pounds. Again, thanks for joining us here on 302 Sports, your Blue Hen Conference Finals. As we are Matt Side, Nick Allison Jr. alongside Josh DeFilippis and Nick Halliday, as well as Hollywood. He's our camera operator today.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing you that crisp HD picture on your screens. Here we go, up to 138 pounds. It's going to be from Appoquinimink, Jordan Mills, the senior at 20-4. Had a bye in the first round, a pin and a tech on his way to the finals, and he's taking on another familiar face from St. George's, Gavin Sheehan, 39-10. He got a lot of success over his career with the Hawks, and he has pinned his way to the finals. We've got some action early on as Sheehan trying to defend the takedown. We'll have a stalemate, and the two will head back to the center of the mat.
At 138, 12th grader from St. George's.
And Mills going to get the takedown to start here. 3-0 lead for the Appo Jaguar at 138 pounds.
For his career, 4-time academic All-State, Blue Hen Conference champ last year, 2-time state qualifier, state finalist last year, 2-time Del Mar champ, and 3-time
Looking to
Blue
roll
Hen
here.
Conference finalist Gavin Sheehan.
He's got a 2-on-1. Is that a bar? He's reinforced bar.
Yeah, I think he's
There we
got
go.
the bar. Yeah, the reinforced, that reinforced bar tilt here.
20-4 on the year, 65 and 28 for his career.
Almost rolled it through like a hazard.
2024 Blue Hen Conference champ.
And now some back points, and Mills off to a great start. And you heard the defending Blue Hen Conference champion. You hear Mel Gardner over our speaker system here.
Old Mel's been doing this a long time, man. Again, another guy. I love walking in the gym and seeing Mel Gardner.
That's
I love
right.
walking
yep.
in the gym and seeing Marv Dooley. too.
I was saying we walked in today and saw a lot of great faces we were here.
Everybody. Vic Leonard's here. I mean, you You got a who's who.
Got Kevin Tressolini here from the News Journal behind us,
Oh,
who
yeah.
just walked through. Just coming from the Delaware basketball game, I'm sure, for Trez today. A tough loss for the Hens at home against Hofstra. And then we're going to head to the second period, and what a first period it was for the top seed Jordan Mills.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's going to be a tough one for Sheehan to crawl out of here. 11-0 first period.
And Sheehan, again, having himself another great season for Coach Dave Williams. And second in the Canal Classic, took third at Del Castle. First at the Del Mar Invitational. And again, as I mentioned before, 138-pound Blue Hen Conference champ last season for Sheehan. So 11-0 here, 140 and ticking in the second period between these two guys.
Sheehan's still in control here. Technically, yeah.
There's the broadcaster's jinx, right?
Yeah.
Get used to that. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
And now 13-0 is what a performance we are seeing here from Jordan Mills. As we take a look now at our 302 Sports Wrestling individual rankings. And again, you're looking up here at 138 pounds. Gavin Sheehan at the 4 spot in the rankings. And obviously not sure, again, Jordan Mills going at 138 now, obviously for the state tournament. So him coming in those rankings, not in the top 6. And I'm sure he will be after today as we head into the state tournament.
Now, I'm pretty unfamiliar. Did he cut down, or did he go up, or has he just been at 38 all year?
That's a good question.
Not in the rankings at all, huh? That is a statement.
Yeah, 13
that is
to nothing.
A big statement.
And what a performance by Jordan Mills. A little flex to the camera as he is your champion and does it in dominant fashion. A 2-minute tech fall for Jordan Mills and against a very talented guy on the other side.
So just so we're clear, Mills not in the rankings at all.
Not for there. I'm looking to see where he's been wrestling at this season.
But this is a classic example. Look, kids
Started out at 144 and then made his way down to 138 here the last couple weeks. So looking strong at 138 pounds is Jordan Mills.
From Glasgow, Jalen Archie. In third place from Brandywine, Alex Zoe.
So what a performance by Mills.
Second place from Concord,
And that'll take us to 144 pounds, where we've got Bam Cordell, another St. George's Hawk, the freshman, 35-13, having a phenomenal year for St. George's, your top seed at 144 pounds. And he's going to meet the 2 seed, Kevin Garage. And I apologize if I mispronounced that one. He's from Odessa. We talked about our Odessa Duck that we're going to see in the finals. Here he is. 38-8 is the senior. And he had a decision over Hernandez in the semis. So here we go with Cordell and Garage at 144 pounds.
And I apologize. I talked to Richie Reed, the coach from Odessa.
Richie
and
Reed.
I said, hey, how do you pronounce this guy's last
Oh, there
name?
you go.
He told me, but it was so loud in here. I was like, okay, yeah, I got you. So I feel
Richie
terrible.
Reed, that's right, another Hodgson Silver Eagle.
Sure, man.
I know he used to come back a little older than us and help us train at St. Mark's, was one of our coaches there as well when I was a senior. And Cordell able to get the takedown now, looking for more, trying to lock up a cradle here. 3-0, 1:22 to go, ticking in the first period. And he's got it locked. He's going to settle back. There's the knee in the side.
Oh, that's tight, buddy.
It is indeed. Garage trying to fight off his back here, the Odessa Duck.
We need the 132-pound finalist.
Nothing yet, he will get the back points, but
It's tough when you're in this position.
It is,
You're
it
on your
is.
back, and it's like, well, he's not calling me pinned. Maybe I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to attack the hands, and you got to break that grip. You know, but it's tough. I know that feeling of. I've been there a lot. I've been there a
gotta
lot.
fight,
Don't
right?
do
Those
anything.
are the tough spots.
Yeah.
Those are the ones, we always try to forget over the career. But we've all been there. 30 seconds to go here in the first period. A 7-0 lead for Ban Cordell, the freshman, trying to rack up his first Blue Hen Conference championship. And he's off to a good start. 18 seconds and ticking here in the first period. 7-0 as he still remains in control on top. And 144 pounds. Bam Cordell coming in at the 4th ranked spot in the 302 Sports top 6. Of course, that number 1 guy there at 144 going to be tough to beat in Eddie Radicke.
Yeah.
From Caravel. I remember doing, being able to do his championship interview after his 8th grade year and over the years.
Yeah.
And we've had a date after the state finals, it seems like every year since then. What a career he has had at Caravel. Now he's looking again for that 5th state championship this year. Again, seems like yesterday that he was just getting into that Caravel Buccaneer program, but what a job that he has done. So he sits at the top spot. And then it goes Jerusalem Howard from Lake, Justin Craig from Sussex Central, Bam Cordell here from St. George's, Jackson Grandel from DMA, and Jacob Gerard from Salesianum. And again, if you're a wrestler out there at 144 pounds, we do love our Benny Mitchell and the rankings that he does, but anything can happen. That's what we've learned over the years.
Well, the last match is a great example
Right.
of that. I mean, rankings are great for us sitting
Yeah,
at this table.
exactly
It's great for the
right.
guys in there. But if you're on the mat, who cares about the rankings? You got to wrestle. You go out there and
And again, I don't know if back when we used to wrestle, they weren't have rankings literally like this, but you had the DE preps and all that little stuff back then. And
Well, I do remember. I mean, the News Journal would put out maybe 3 times a year. You'd get
Yeah, right.
you'd get the top 6.
there
Nice
you go.
shot defense here by Bam, man. He's tough.
Yeah, he's looking good. Again, and a big 9th grader is Cordell. Again, looking strong for 144 pounds. Under a minute to go here in the second period. 7-0. The St. George's Hawk leading the Odessa Duck. And Bam Cordell here. Garage trying to find something as he's got that leg, but and once again, a good job by Cordell. 40 seconds.
And if Garage could, we got him a 3. Yeah, never mind. Forget
More
what I was
backs.
gonna say.
More back points for Cordell, who now leads 10-0. Short time, 25 seconds. And we'll head back to the center. 15 seconds on the clock. Do we have a violation?
Got an illegal call there.
Oh, looks like we gave a point up. There you go. So a point awarded to Garage.
I'm not exactly sure what happened.
Yeah, I must have missed that. I
Uh,
looked down and I missed it. Apologies.
I mean, you're texting the whole time. I'm carrying this broadcast clearly.
And that's why we brought you on.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there.
We're now back to the cradle, sunken in. He's got 3 seconds, short time for Cordell. And he'll get some backs, but not the pin, at least here in the second period. And 14-1. He's been in firm control throughout this one, and now 2 minutes away from a Blue Hen Conference title.
Dave Williams, a big fan of that crossface, man. Crossface cradle is the Dave Williams special.
Dave Williams, there you go. You remember that, him instructing that back in the practice days?
Oh, buddy. Nothing was worse than a cut weight day and Dave Williams on top of you, crossfacing the crap out of you, man. Oh,
That's right. And you had I'm sure, an even younger Dave Williams than I had a chance to wrestle with at St. Mark's.
Yeah.
So you had him even more in his prime.
Yeah. And he enjoyed it every second of it. Every second.
I used to wrestle Coach Mark Reynolds back at St. Mark's. He's now at Odessa as well as in administration, but he used to beat me up good on some of those days. And he was a big leg rider as well, big guy, and never showed us any mercy. That's for sure out there. But it made us better. 1:20 to go and ticking. Third period, 14-1 in a stalemate as Cordell coasting here at 144 pounds. And again, as we mentioned, looking for his first Blue Hen Conference title. And after this one, we're heading to 150. And we're going to have another Coach Davis and Williams going to stay right in those chairs for 150 pounds coming up here in about a minute. It'll be Nick DiTomaso. believe his brother on the coaching staff at
Oh,
St.
yeah.
George's
Yeah.
now again. And was he with you guys at Newark Charter?
Say again?
Was he with you guys at Newark Charter? Tommaso?
Di Tommaso, yes. he
That's
was
right.
there.
I think I remembered
Yeah, yeah.
watching him during his state run a few years ago. As this one is put on ice, and Bam Cordell, the freshman, with a dominant performance over a very talented opponent in Garage from Odessa. And he is your champion of the Blue Hen Conference at 144 pounds, Bam Cordell. And the Hawks get another one, a nice performance for the ninth grader.
It's big, man. Listen, we still have the states next weekend, obviously, you know. But these little, not little, but these tournaments along the way, man. Bam's a freshman. You come in here as a freshman and you make a statement like that. That's big, dude. That's big. And feel good about it, but got to re-gear. You know, state tournament next week.
That's right. This is when you want to start. We said you mentioned it. Get hot, wrestling your best. Now this is where you build that momentum before you head to the state tournament. And where was your guys' state tournament back when you were in state qualifier?
So the individuals, we started out, it was at Dell State. So we did Dell State.
That's yep. And I think teams were at Dell State as well. I think back then, right? Because I remember my freshman year, let's say we made a run. I was at Dell State. I do remember that. And then Smyrna taking over shortly after that. And now, obviously, Cape Henlopen, the host site for the state tournament. And here we go with a familiar face in terms of state tournament. And that is Charles Hackett here from Appoquinimink. And Hackett having himself a very good career. 33-11 for Hackett.
Five-time DIA state qualifier, two-time state place winner, a 2023 conference finalist, a 24 Blue Hen Conference champ.
Hackett's in deep here on a high crotch.
Nick DiTommaso.
And against Nick DiTommaso, another very good wrestler from St. George's. So Hackett and DiTommaso here at 150 pounds.
144-pound finalists report to the awards area.
And Hackett going to get the initial takedown. He takes a 3-0 lead, and I'm sure you can assume him and Jordan Mills have had some great battles in the wrestling room, probably drill partners there, as Mills just got off the podium after his championship.
My wife's fairly new to the sport, so it's fun pointing out little things like that.
Yep.
So, you know, these guys are so close in weight, and they're both so dominant.
Yep.
It's because every day of practice they're
Exactly.
beating each other up, man. They're not letting nobody's letting the other one off the hook, and this is what you have. You have finals performances, you know.
And both starting out in dominant fashion as the one-on-one now pulled out onto the back here for Hackett, and now going to go to the other side. 30 seconds to go here in the first period. 3-0 Hackett over DiTommaso. Hackett looking for another takedown, and now DiTommaso trying to cut this corner. 15 seconds to go, short time first period. And a chance here for DiTommaso to maybe score. And he's got it. So 3 points, or excuse me, they're going to give him a reversal. So 3-2. And as you mentioned it, you talked about it throughout the broadcast, it's big when you can get those points late in the match, especially after getting taken down to start.
Yeah, I think that's what, and I don't think, I know that's what separates, you know, good wrestlers from really good wrestlers, from really great wrestlers is there's never a lull in the action. You know, when the whistle blows, from whistle to whistle, man, you're getting after it. And, yeah, if there's 5 seconds left and you can score, man, go get it.
Yeah, absolutely right. And we are underway, period number 2. 3-2, Hackett out in front of DiTommaso at 150 pounds, your Blue Hen Conference Championship. 15 seconds into the second period, Hackett on top. And again, if you're just joining us, Hackett in the all black and DiTommaso for St. George's in the green. He's got that arm out again, the wrist out. .115 to go in the second. Hackett now sinking in that bar. Now looking for the tilt. DiTomaso, they're going to step over. He's leaped over.
I think Hackett made a mistake there and tried to tilt on the wrong side with that bar. He took it, you know, and I think he just pulled DiTomaso right on top of him.
Nothing yet. So they're going to give no backs there, but they do get the reversal for DiTomaso. And just like that, DiTomaso out in front, 4-3. 37 seconds left to go here in the second period. And now DiTomaso looking to go to work here on top. Look at that pressure, and he's going to get the turn. Nick DiTomaso. Hackett on his back, 18 seconds to work with for the St. George's Hawk. Trying to sit underneath of that and sit through. 9 seconds. Not sure if he's going to be able to get the pin in this position. 3 seconds, short time as Hackett trying to get to the end of the period, and he does. But what a job by Nick DiTomaso to get the reversal, Josh, and then able to get the turn late in the period. And now he was down 3-0 heading into the second. He now leads 8-3.
Hey, listen, Hackett, I got to give props to Hackett there, not quitting. You're in a double armbar situation, man. It's really easy to just phone it in. Give it up. Get the pin, man. It hurts. It's uncomfortable, you know. And did the hang in there for the last 10, 12 seconds,
That's
whatever
tough.
that was. That's props to him. But, yes, DiTomaso scoring again late in the period, getting some back points, not stopping.
That was pretty.
Nice fireman's carry here.
Nothing yet. Holding on to try to deny the takedown from DiTomaso would be a big one for DiTomaso if he can get it. Hard wizard from Hackett, and it looks like they're going to head out. It's a great job by Hackett to not give up that takedown there. Another great shot by DiTomaso. And we've seen, as you mentioned, those guys fight off their backs. Every weight class, it seems like so far. A lot of resilience here in the Blue Hen Conference Finals.
You know, it's just late period mentality, whether it's you're trying to score or whether it's you're not going to give up this pin. I'm going to hang in for the 12 or 15, whatever it is. It's big. It's huge. And you'd love to see it. I love to see it.
Absolutely. I'm with you. Nice shot there, and high crotch to a double for Nick DiTomaso. Under a minute to go in the third, but still nothing as Hackett again able to get that leg and deny the takedown, and not anymore. Spoke too soon again, and a huge takedown for Nick DiTomaso. 11-3. He's in control. Trying to lift and get another turn here. 30 seconds to go here at 150 pounds.
I like DiTomaso here. I think he has the team in mind here. Let's get some more swipes. Let's try to take this from a major to a tech. You know, we're competing for a championship here as a team as well. And I just like to see the aggressiveness here. This could be huge.
And there you go, getting the swipes here. 10 seconds to work with for DiTomaso. And he's going to hold those 4. And he's going to win this one at 150 pounds. Your conference champion of the Blue Hen from St. George's, the senior, Nick DiTomaso, 15-3 over Charles Hackett.
Just gutsy. That's a gutsy match by DiTomaso. He's down early. You know, he doesn't give up. He doesn't pout.
And now the place winners at 138.
Have you gotten to see Ty Brown wrestle at all, Nick, from St. George's here? This is a guy that I'm super excited to see. I saw Dave Williams at the Middletown tournament earlier in the season, right before Ty Brown was getting ready to wrestle, and he says, hey, I love this guy. You got to watch this guy. And if there was ever a guy that was sent to a lab and he said, hey, make this as close to Dave Williams as you can, this is the guy, man. He puts a face on people, man, that is like, it's unlike anything I've seen sort of. I don't know, it's just constant. It's in your face. I've seen him get stalling calls in the first period on other guys, man, just from pushing guys, man. And he's going against a tough kid from William Penn here, so I'm very excited for this match, man. This is one I've been looking forward to.
This is going to be a fun one. Again, it's always fun when we get St. George's William Penn matchup. And you mentioned Ty Brown, the senior. It's at 27-15 for Ty Brown, and he's going to take on Kamar Miller from William Penn, who's pinned his way to the finals. Kamar Miller, when these two teams met in the dual meet, was our wrestler of the night. He put the thing on ice for William Penn late, and Miller already on the sweep single here. Able to lift it up.
Blue Hens last year.
And
Ty
trying to finish.
Brown.
So Ty Brown and Kamar Miller at 157 pounds. Again, when we go back to talk about the dual meet, Ty Brown wrestled Jason Hugart at 165 pounds. So he bumped up in the dual meet, did not wrestle at 157. And then it was Kamar Miller at 157 who won the match late.
Your approach to the award ceremony.
Early
that was the
takedown.
forgotten match, wasn't it? That was the match I think we forgot we had at the broadcast. Right?
That's
It's like,
right.
Oh, no, we got
So
one
you
more.
so you heard.
I was watching. Yeah, I was watching, man.
Yeah, quite the
Yeah.
mistake on that one. I remember me and Coach Dooley thought that was the last one. And that is right. And then Miller able to put a stamp on it in that final match, and he's already going to work here. 3-0 after the takedown, a minute into the first period, now going to work on top. And Miller didn't grab that 2 seed. I believe the 3 for Kamar Miller here in the conference, and Ty Brown the top seed heading into the tournament. And you mentioned the pace from Ty Brown and Kamar Miller the same way, at least early on in those matches. Came out with a lot of energy last time we saw him on the mat. As we begin the second period, 44 seconds left to go in the first period. 3-0 Miller after the takedown. Brown able to escape 3-1 with 37 seconds and ticking here left in the first.
William Penn has a way of turning out just classic William Penn guys, right? They don't get tired. They're aggressive. They're tough. They're a little mean, you know?
Yeah,
and
gotta be, right?
You got to be. And William Penn, for years, since I was a kid, they've turned out these guys through different coaches. You know, you had Mark Dooley, you had Jack Holloway, you got Arcangelo now. The same thing. And I don't know if it's what's in the water in Newcastle or what, man, but they turn out tough,
That's right.
tough kids, man.
And again, you think, with some of these schools losing prominence a little bit over the years, and William Penn able to maintain that, especially lately, and able to get those numbers. A lot of the time, some of those schools, it gets tough with the amount of people that you have, but William Penn able to keep the numbers up, and as you mentioned, really turning out some studs over there in Newcastle. 3-1 after the first period as we head to the second, 4-1, as we'll start neutral.
Getting a little handsy here, and I like to see it. You do it until the ref calls you to the center and tells you to stop.
That's
you
right.
know, you press the action and get a little aggressive.
.30 seconds in the second period, still 4-1. Some hand fighting here, as Josh mentioned. Just had the one takedown of the match so far, was Kamar Miller in the first.
No, this is kind of what I'm talking about with Ty here. He's just always in your face. Like he's always squared up with you. You can kind of, he just swarms you. And it gives the impression that maybe he's doing a little more than what he's actually doing. And that's what you want to do to the referees. He gets you to the edge of the mat, and he's just constantly pressing you. He's reaching for a leg. He's got an underhook. He'll swap sides to the other side on a collar tie. It looks like he's working. And you see what I mean? We get a stolen call very quickly. So it's a pace that is, if you're a fan of the UFC, it's a Diaz brother pace.
I was just about to say something like that. That's hilarious that you took it that way, because that's exactly where my mind went. He's like Marab a little bit.
A little bit. And the thing I like is he does a lot of things at like 65%. And then when he shoots, when he's finally ready to shoot, he'll crank it up to 100, and it throws your defense off. So he's just fun to watch. I really enjoy watching him.
Yeah, that time the snap led Miller right into the double leg. 19 seconds to go here in the second period, still 4-1. And you mentioned the pace, and not only is he doing that, but against Kamar Miller, which is a tough guy to do it against, as Brown trying to finish the takedown there, won't get to, with 7 seconds remaining here in the second period, as we'll head back to the center of the mat.
Again, Ty Brown the style is, I would classify it as annoying. You can't breathe. He's just
one of those guys you don't want to wrestle in practice.
That's
like, oh
it.
man,
Yeah.
I got to go live with him right now.
Yeah.
And we'll head back to neutral here for the third period. 4-1. Kamar Miller had that opening takedown in the first. Each have had an escape since. And here we go, third period, 157-pound Blue Hen Conference Final.
The way that Ty pressures into you, almost, I'm looking for Kamar here to maybe hit a patented, like, William Penn double leg.
Yeah.
Like he's going to walk. He's going to walk right into a double leg, and I can kind of see it coming, almost,
Almost on the snap, it was almost like that. Nice
Almost,
shot. There it is, that 100%. And the stall call is going to give a point to Brown, as you mentioned earlier. So that pace, and now he's in deep on the shot, trying to sub it up. Takedown would give him the lead here in the third period. 1:26 to go.
Ty's got to get his knees under him, and he's got to get his chest forward here. There we go. And listen, man, that pace, it gets you. It gets in your head, man. Like I said,
And there is the takedown from the senior, Ty Brown. And now trying to put Miller on his back. And he's a little bit high here. Miller trying to get over top, but a boot in for Brown. 5-4, and we are under a minute to go in the third.
Ty's got to get his hips up, man. He's not in great position right now. He's got to get up on top and under Kamar Miller's arms here because he is in bad position. Banging his head off the mat to get that arm out might be a good.
And
good
Miller
move.
reaches over top to grab the arm, and now Miller able to get out and sink in.
You'd like to see Miller go cross. Oh, he got the two. He did get the two.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, there you go.
A crossface there, and now Ty's back down.
6-5, Kamar Miller regains the lead with under 30 seconds to go at 157 pounds. And maybe a stalemate potentially coming here. And if not, this is where Kamar Miller wants to be with a 1-point lead. 15 seconds to go.
Yeah, this is not a time to wrestle. You got just too short a time. You don't want to wrestle for a stalemate here. You use every bit you got to explode out of this position, or if you're Kamar Miller, hold on. Maybe you're holding on for a stalemate, but Ty Brown, yeah, there we go.
What a match at 157 pounds as Ty Brown took the lead with about 40 seconds to go. Miller regains it late, and then Miller holds on for the victory. 6-5 as Kamar Miller from William Penn, your 157-pound Blue Hen Conference champion.
That was fun. I'm a big fan of Ty Brown, obviously. I like his style, and that's, again, gutsy from Kamar Miller, dude. You go down late in the third period, it's easy to just sort of feel bad for yourself and put your head down on the mat. And Kamar Miller doesn't do that there. He keeps pushing, and he comes out on top. Kudos to him, man. Big win. Big win.
And now we'll take a look at the team score. William Penn, heading into that match, was up 253.5 to 247 over St. George's. They were right there. That's going to come down potentially to the wire today.
And listen, that's why we didn't change. We didn't, unless they randomly selected a weight class and we started at 106. But this is what we want. We want it to come down to the heavyweights tonight.
That's
what
right.
it's coming down
Man.
to, so.
Looking ahead, that is called, if you're talking about a rivalry, if you will.
Yeah.
And so after that win, William Penn now up 10.5 points, 257.5 to 247, as we now head to 165 pounds here in the Blue Hen Conference Finals, as we are getting underway, and a quick takedown early on here for Jason Hogart. And we had a chance to check him out a few weeks ago. So Hogart was the number 1 seed in the conferences. He's here meeting from Odessa, the second duck we're seeing in the finals, the junior Zachary Binney.
Second ever. Richie Reed told me beforehand.
That's right.
These the 2 Odessa Ducks, first 2 Blue Hen Conference finalists ever.
What a job that program has done in all sports since they've gotten underway. I think they just graduated their first class last year. I mean, what a job. Football, basketball, wrestling, you name it. Shout out to the Odessa Ducks. As Hogart, after the takedown, he got now leading 6-1. He's got 2 of them here. As we'll head back to the center of the mat, 165-pound final, 53 seconds to go in the first, and a 6-1 lead for the Colonial Jason Hogart. Hogart was the Milford Invitational champion at 157 pounds this year.
Deep on that cradle there. He's looking to maybe bump him over here. Go hip to hip and bump him over.
Hogart, he's one of those guys, long guys here at 165 pounds. And cradle's probably definitely in his arsenal with that length.
Another guy that he's on you like a backpack, man. The guys that are really good at top don't let you breathe, man. They are always, there's something, always. He's got a cross face. He's cranking down on your head a little bit. He's got a cross wrist. There's no time to breathe.
That's right, no breathing room, no.
And it just wears on you. You're fighting something constantly. It wears on you physically. It wears on you mentally.
So after the first, 6-1, Hogarth in control. Heading in the second period here at 165. Hogarth won the toss. He will go bottom here. And it'll be Binney now on top to start the second period here at 165. As we're making pretty good progress, I guess you could say, here through the finals. I've been here only started at 7, just 8 o'clock, already at 165 pounds. And a great job that St. George's has done here throughout the Blue Hen Conference tournament. I know you had a chance to check out the action all day today. How was that environment here throughout some of the rounds?
It's just fun, man. Again, William Penn, St. George's, they're battling all day, and they're very smart fan bases that realize that they're battling all day. So everybody's locked in, man. There's a William Penn match going. The crowd's up. They know what's at stake here tonight, and it's just fun. I enjoy this so much, start to finish, man. Start to finish. I just love it, and it's been excellent. So,
one of my favorite parts of the year. As Hogarth able to get the reversal, he takes an 8-1 lead, 1:09 to go here in the second period between these two guys at 165 pounds. And again, next week, we'll be heading down to Cape Henlopen High School for the state tournament, as Benny Mitchell and company will bring you the coverage on Friday night in terms of interviews, updates, everything you need to know. And then Saturday, Benny will be on the call for the finals here as Hogarth looking for the turn. And then I'll be bringing you those championship interviews again afterwards, live from Cape Henlopen. So going to be a fun weekend, a busy weekend coming up, but I know you and I both some of our favorite parts of the season.
Yes, especially from an athletic perspective. I mean, it's the finale. The finale. It's everything, all the weight you cut. Everything.
Yeah,
seniors that are going away. You're not going to see your buddies anymore. It is a fun weekend, and I don't know. I look forward to it every year as well.
Me too. It's going to be fun. And again, if you're one of those wrestlers, you're tuning in and maybe trying to catch some film on your opponents, you got to find the right balance right between being loose and being focused. That's what it's all about. And going to be a fun time down the beach the next weekend. 14 seconds, short time here in the second period. 8-1 lead for Jason Hogarth here over Binney from Odessa as we wrestle towards the edge of the mat. 5 seconds as we wind down period number 2. And that'll do it for the second. On to the third at 165 pounds. Hogarth leading 8-1. But look at Binney. He's already back center of the circle. He's ready to go. And Hogarth a little bit slow to get back to his feet.
He looks like he's breathing heavy, but again, the William Penn guys, man, they got gas tanks. I'm
no quit in those colonials.
No quit. And it's one of the things you notice when I watch the broadcast of the dual meets they have.
Yeah.
The state tournament, they don't get pinned, man. They do not get pinned. They don't quit. And I think that's what makes them special. So, yeah, he may be breathing a little heavy, but there's no quit in this kid. I know that.
And Binney able to get the reversal early, so 8-4 with still 1:35 to left. He's going to cut him, and he's going to let him back to his feet. Binney thinks he's got the energy here, and he's already in on another shot. Hard wizard from Hogarth towards the edge of the mat, 124 and ticking in a 9-4 match. Bringing him back in is Binney, at least trying to. Hard wizard from Hogarth to deny the takedown, though, so nothing yet, and we're going to head back to the center.
Wizards save lives, man. That's what they do.
And Hogarth going to go for the injury time here as he says he's hurt that shoulder. So that's going to stop us here for the moment as 1.5 minutes put on the clock here. So a takedown for Binney, and then he cut him, so the 1 point awarded to Hogarth. It's 9-4 as it stands right now.
And this is kind of what, look, I know we're talking about high school kids here, so I'll be careful what I say. But this is part of the William Penn mentality that they're okay with doing. This is fine, whereas like you don't say you're injured, but that right there, that drink of water is very important.
Yeah.
That is very important, and having a kid on your team that's okay with doing that is big. Maybe that saves the match. Maybe that saves
it
the
very
match.
well could.
Listen, I love it. I think it's part of the game, you know, and some of the guys, I won't mention names. I won't mention names, but some guys knew how to use that, man, and
that's right.
It bailed them out. So
just
we'll
like,
see.
you know, Patrick Mahomes can bait you into a few pass interference calls,
man.
right, during those games. He'll hug the sideline a little bit.
Sure. Listen, that's big. That's big. And if you're Benny, you're a little ticked off right now, for sure, man. I know I would be. He had some momentum going.
Here we go. Back on the mat, 5-point match. Hogarth still in control, 9-5. We're approaching 1 minute to go here in the third period. Benny going to have to get after it. I believe does have the stall calls already here. Unless I'm confusing that with a previous match.
Maybe I think that might be the last match you're thinking of. But listen, go get one. We got a minute, man. He's pressing the action here.
50 seconds. Hogarth sprawls. Defends that shot. Going to push him out. We'll see if they get one. Nothing yet. I believe, right? Nothing yet. No call.
Nothing yet. No call.
Quick shot off the whistle. Benny's in deep, clip single. Trying to find a way, but Hogarth with a nice shot defense. He's wrapping that leg around. And now Hogarth in position here. 30 seconds to go. Hard crossface from Hogarth, trying to wrap up a conference championship.
Hey, if you're Hugart, man, you hold on. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, hold on.
Both guys check the clock.
Hey, put it in reverse here, man. Give up a point, you know?
Yeah,
stay alive,
okay.
dude. Stay alive.
14 on the clock, 14 seconds, 9-4. You need a takedown plus some backs if you're Benny, and it has to happen quickly. 8 seconds, the shot sprawled by Hogarth. And Jason Hogarth able to wrap up a Blue Hen Conference title at 165 pounds, another Colonial champion. And what a performance from Hogarth. And he is your champ.
That's fun. Hey, listen, man. That's fun. I love it. I love when a guy, look, that, listen, we got to look at Hugart first period. He kind of gassed over and looked at the clock like, whoa, I don't know what's going on here, but something's up. And man, great time to use it.
That's right. You said it's part of the match. It certainly is. And that's going to take us to 175 pounds. And here's a guy I've been waiting to see, right, Josh? And that is Frankie Norris, the senior from William Penn, at 175 pounds. He got to buy in the first round, a pin and a tech to make his way here. And he's going to take on Jordan Payne from Christiana High School. And what a season it's been for Jordan Payne. 21-3, just 3 losses on the resume for him.
Listen, Frankie Norris, prototypical William Penn guy. He's mean, he's aggressive, he's got a great double leg, and Payne here. I mean, like I called his semifinals match, man. He's game. We got a game matchup here, buddy. This is going to be fun. Both guys very explosive.
These two met at the Del Castle Invitational, and what a shot by Payne. He's going to take an early lead. 3-0 Jordan Payne. And Josh, as you mentioned, Del Castle Finals, a 5-4 victory for Frankie Norris.
Late. I remember this. It was late, very late, and it was kind of questionable if I remember. Yep, it was
I think you're right.
Yeah, I remember this. Yep.
Wouldn't be as fun without a little controversy. And 3-0 is Payne exploding here early.
I've seen a few. This is the first time I'm getting to see Frankie in person. I was today. I wanted to get a look at, kind of how he prepares, and he's explosive, man. And he's very, he doesn't freak out. He's down 3-0. He doesn't, he doesn't freak out. He's okay here.
And again, the key between these two guys might be who has the most juice late. As both of them, again, very high energy guys. As Payne now looking for a turn. Norris trying to fight it off. A minute into the first, 3-0 Jordan Payne. And Payne really going to work on top here, applying that pressure.
This is another situation where anytime you can create the illusion that you're doing more than what you are, anytime you can gather a stalling call. Not that Payne's not doing enough on top, but when Frankie's head's down on the mat, he does a good job of jumping out to the side, and kind of shoving his head down a little bit and making, you want to get a start. There you go. I mean, well,
Draw it.
that's,
Yep,
yeah,
good job by Frankie.
Good job by Frankie. I mean, that's the game here. Just get to your feet, make him return you.
And again, if you're Jordan Payne, you either cut him there in that scenario, or you, again, trying to get him out, or at least back down to the mat there. But a good job by Norris to draw the stall call, though he will get the one on the escape. 5 seconds to go in the period, and we're most likely heading to the second with a 3-1 score. Payne will have the choice here in the second.
It'd be great if we had cards to judge the referee's coin flip. Every flip would just hold it up. That was probably like I don't know, out of 5, 3.5.
Early, too. I think he let it go with 1 second on the clock, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's been doing that all tournament. I actually called him. I was like, wow, that was gutsy. I like that.
So Payne, who won the toss, will head bottom here to start the second period. 3-1, the takedown from Payne early on the difference. And Norris trying to run him. Oh, that was a hard shot to the head as both of the guys go over again. Both of these guys so strong at 175 pounds.
This is going to come down to gas tank. That's what this is going to come down
That's
to.
right.
It's going to come down to gas tank, and they're going to bang and beat on each other, and it's going to come down to gas tank.
Turn in up here at the end of the wrestling. Reminder to turn in your OW ballots.
And we're going to have to pick our wrestler of the night here a little bit later. Still a lot to get through. And Frankie able to put Jordan to his back here. 30 seconds into the second period. Payne still up 3-1. As Norris, though,
if Norris could
looking for
elevate
the
that
pin.
ankle, man, go Turk there. That would have been big.
trying to run back that bar as they fight towards the outer edge of the circle.
He's going to get Payne may get called with almost a fleeing.
And you said it, though, but both guys look tired early on. I know we talked about it earlier. We said back in the first, and you just reiterated their juice going to be big towards the end of this match. And both of these guys came out with so much energy back in that first period. I mean, you remember that strong double leg there from Payne to get the 2. And then Norris able to battle back.
Frankie Norris has been pacing since about 2 o'clock, just ready to go, you know? So, and that's a good thing. You want your guys ready to go. But at this weight, man, there's a lot of muscle and a lot of strength. And everything they do is, I mean, you're leaning, you're pulling, and it's a fight. It's a battle. So we'll see what happens here as we wind down the second period here.
Again, if you're just joining us, these two met the Del Castle Invitational in January. A 5-4 victory for Frankie Norris. As now trying to stay on top. Payne chose bottom to start here the second period. 37 seconds left here in the second period. And Norris looking for the ride out here in the second, which would be huge. Granby attempt here from Payne unsuccessful.
I mean, this is big. Anytime, again, in this situation where both guys are kind of equally matched strength-wise, anytime you can impose your will. You might not be scoring points, man, but, you know, just watch the big breaths that are going to come out of this as we walk back. There's some heavy breathing. So anytime you can get on top, and yeah, he's not scoring points, but he's cross-facing. He's wearing them down. And who had choice this period? Payne took bottom,
right?
Yeah,
so
okay.
Frankie Norris will have the selection here in the third, but still 16 seconds for Payne to try to get up and out here. And we've seen a lot of guys do it late in periods here in the conference finals at the Blue Hen. Granby by Payne.
Roll.
Norris got the leg, though, going to have to take him out. 2 seconds, the trip. And what a job by Frankie Norris to hold on and not give up the point late in the period. It was a heck of a Granby by Jordan Payne.
Perfectly executed, too. I mean, just not expecting it. The way that second period was going, his head's on the mat a lot, and I think he caught everybody off guard. Everybody.
Yeah, he took off, and again, somehow Norris kept hold of that left ankle and negated, wouldn't allow Payne to score that escape. And just like that, a 3-1 Jordan Payne lead over Norris as we start the third. Norris on bottom.
Oh, look at this. Granby attempt of his own.
And he gets out, and again, both guys breathing heavily here in the third period. And the escape makes it 3-2. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go here at 175 pounds till we crown the conference champion of the weight class.
So this is where the game, there we go. This
There
is
it
where the
is.
game within the game happens. Frankie has to understand he's already got a stalling call on Payne. Push the action a little bit. Push the action. You get a point here and tie it up with a stalling call. I'll take it.
And again, what about that timing on the shot right on the whistle? No caution, timed it perfectly on the low single. And now Norris trying to finish it, and he will. A big takedown. He takes a 5-3 lead again right off the whistle. And we have an illegal here. That's going to be a point for Payne. Now, was it a full Nelson? Coach Arcangelo going to head to the scores table. I didn't see it.
Said he
we
got
had
the
a,
headgear.
yeah, we had a tough angle because it was on the other side near the fans.
Arcangelo making his case there, but I think, they're going to award a point to Payne. Look
So,
like for the headgear, is that what you got
I
there?
guess, yeah. I missed it over top. I didn't see quite what they called.
I read his lips, and I'm pretty good at that.
And how about the Granby from Payne? This time he will get out, and now he's looking for the reversal.
Oh, wow.
And there's the
That's
two.
That's a tough call there.
Coach Arcangelo not happy in the corner, but Norris trying to regroup and get two of his own, and he does on the reversal. Back-to-back reversals, and Norris takes the 1-point lead right back from Payne. 40 seconds to go here at 175 pounds.
Tell you, that was a tough reversal call, that first one there.
And again, I believe we have a stall call on Norris.
Both.
Or both,
Each have
excuse
one,
me.
yep, each
So
have
we'll
one.
see if that comes into play. We've got a 1-point match, 20 seconds to go. Norris has to keep applying that pressure. The ride there going to break him down. 15 seconds, and if you're Payne, you got to get up. Suck back from Norris, and he's getting swipes, and that's going to put it on ice for Frankie Norris at
Watch
100,
yourself,
and it cements it with a stick on the far side of the mat. 175-pound Blue Hen Conference champion is Frankie Norris. And he holds up the 3 or 4 fingers. It might be number 3 or 4 for his conference titles here as he's in his senior year at William Penn.
Listen, that's captain mentality there, buddy. You have the win. You're winning by 1 point. Perfectly acceptable to just grab a claw and ride it out. But he pushes and gets the bonus points there for his team, which is going to be big here. So.
And again, barring any crazy upsets, we still got a lot of wrestling left to do. That's definitely a nominee, Frankie Norris, for our outstanding wrestler on our 302 Sports broadcast. And especially getting that stick at the end. What a match. We knew it was going to be a good one between those two guys, and it certainly lived up to the hype.
That's fun, man. It's just fun, and I love being this close to see it all.
Here we go, though, too, now, Josh. And again, you said closing words, put a bow on us for that match. It's going to be that's going to be one to remember from here.
William Penn, Kamar Miller.
So doing awards over on the right, Kamar Miller, your champion from William Penn, and now we're going to head, Josh, to 190 pounds, and it's another number 1 versus number 2 battle here in the finals. We've got Jeremiah Eastburn,
Last year's champion, I believe.
a Concord Red Raider. Back in the finals here at 190, the second Red Raider we'll see in the finals today. And he's taking on the 2 seed, Aiden Dawson, the junior from St. George's. And how about this, a little switch up, Dave Williams and Coach D. Tomaso on the right corner for the first time all night. Here we go, underway at 190 pounds, your Blue Hen Conference Finals.
Eastburn wrestled Roberson in the finals last year, and I remember there was a moment where Roberson from Delcastle got a double underhook, walked him off the mat, like very dominantly. And you're thinking, uh-oh, and then Eastburn hits him with a beautiful headlock, and gets a stick there. So I don't know much about him, but that match last year, he seems wiry and scrappy.
How about that little scramble? Able to get a takedown early on for Eastburn, the top seed here at 190. They'll take a 3-0 lead here. 1:19 to go in the first period.
65-pound place winners to the awards area. 165.
And Eastburn, again, 31-1. Just 1 loss on the year for the senior from Concord. 1 minute to go in the first.
I'd say that's dominant.
I think so.
dominant.
That's a heck of a year, right? I can't say I've had any years like that.
No.
Not any 1-loss years on my resume.
I didn't have too many one-loss weeks. I mean, I was.
That's right. Seriously, that's a good point for anybody. I don't think many people have. 54 seconds on the clock. Eastburn back on top here as we reset. Mr. Ogden will blow the whistle. And we are back underway with 48 seconds to go. Shout out Coach John Wilson behind us again for all his help here, the head coach of the football team.
Oh man, that's my 8th grade English teacher.
Was
at
he?
Castle Middle.
No way, really?
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that. That was my football coach. He worked at St. Mark's back when I was there as well. So we've got a lot of connections with our old teachers and coaches.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
28 seconds and ticking, winding down period one between Eastburn and Dawson. Takedown for Eastburn, the difference. 19 seconds to go. Again, great crowd here at the Blue Hen Conference Finals. St. George's hosting, I believe, for the first time.
That would make sense. I'm not sure. It's a beautiful facility here,
Yeah,
though.
it is.
It plays perfect too. They had the 3 mats going in the gym all day today, and they were cruising, man. They were about 2 hours ahead of schedule.
That's what I heard, yeah. We were
it was-
ready to get here and get started early, and they were like, hey, we can't start the finals early. You know, we already gave out the times, and as you mentioned, people already, ready to be here at 7 o'clock, and well done by everybody here at St. George's. Again, all the volunteers and the school administration, a great job and a great tournament here as we have some action to start the second period. Eastburn going to get some swipes. And he's going to extend his lead here in the second period. 9-0 after the 4.
Just great pressure from top too. Digging the toes in, grinding the wrist out, and just making Dawson feel him every second.
Now some more back points. Nice performance from Eastburn here in the finals so far. 9-0 plus some more coming. 1:23 and ticking here in the second period. Eastburn's got that locked tight.
If he can get his forehead in his temple, his ear hole type deal, that's kind of where.
He's trying to get out now to the other side here. Had him for a moment. Good job, though, by Dawson to fight off his back. 4 more awarded, 13-0. With a minute to go here in the second, as Eastburn now potentially looking for a tech fall here on his way to a 190-pound conference championship. Trying to lock up another one here.
He likes that roll.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's done it well,
He's
and that's
strong.
going to
He
do
can
it.
pull his way through that, too. That's you've seen it time and time again. A guy goes for a roll and he can't get through. But somebody with some strength like that, he can get stuck and pull him right through like that. That's a dominant performance.
That's a dominant performance. You said it. That's the right word to use. And what a job. Jeremiah Eastburn from the Concord Red Raiders improves to 32-1 on the year. And he is pinned, and then tech fall his way to a conference championship here in the Blue Hen at 190 pounds. Jeremiah Eastburn, your champion.
Place from St. George's, Ezra Reyes.
This is Pierre Roberson.
Christiana
So here we go. 2 matches left on the slate, Josh, and a good one here at 215 pounds. We've got a McCain and Del Castle battle between Zakir Roberson, 42-1, another historic season, as we just mentioned, for Eastburn. Similar stuff here for Zakir Roberson, who you know well, and then Vaughn Brooks, 36-8, the junior from McCain. As we've had these guys both pinning their way to the finals, and now they meet.
So fireworks. Well, you can expect fireworks. If you're watching, maybe don't go to the bathroom.
No, this is a good one. We had circled 215-pound Blue Hen Conference final underway between Vaughn and Roberson.
First career Honor Society member, Delmar Champ, a state placer, all-state football player.
These two met in the semifinals at Del Castle, a 12-10 win for Roberson, so came down to the wire.
Del Castle,
And now they meet again here with a Blue Hen Conference title on the line.
31 first career, first at the Polytech, first at the Milford, first at the King of the Castle tournament. first at
Robertson's
Del
big,
Castle,
man.
first
I don't know
at
how
He is.
tall he is, but
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's
Zakir Roberson.
I was talking to Del Castle, one of the Del Castle coaches, Joey Scalia, here before, and he's excited about Roberson and everything he's been able to do here in the state this year. And, of course, that's the beauty thing here about conference final. You always want to be a conference champion. That's always great, but you're looking forward to next week, right? You do here, you clean up some stuff, and then you get back and have a great week of practice, and it's all about next week. So, again, if you lose a tough battle here, it's not the end of the world.
Short memory.
Short memory, exactly.
Memory.
That's
whether you win
big
or
time.
you lose, you gotta refocus for next weekend. That's not that this doesn't matter, but that's
Exactly
where
right.
it matters.
Correct.
Is next week. I mean,
Again, you could become a conference champion, but, something happens in your first couple matches down at Camp Henlopen, and it's
Nice
all for
shot.
nothing, and a nice job there, but we're heading back to the center. 37 seconds left here in the first period, 0-0 between Roberson and Brooks. Again, a rematch of the Del Castle semifinals that came down to the wire.
nice low single.
Almost had it there. Somehow Roberson able to break away.
He's just big and he's strong, and he can just put that foot back down on the mat, man. That's
15 seconds, short time as we tick down in the first period of this one.
both guys very explosive. So there'll be this like feeling out period, and then they'll both just sort of explode, with some movement and momentum at each other, and it's exciting. That's a 3.5 as well on the flip from the ref there. That's a pretty good one.
Heading to the second period, 0-0. We haven't said that too often tonight. We haven't had too many 0-0 matches heading into the second period. But that's the kind of battle that we have here at 2:15. Two guys that know each other, that have faced each other, and very similar in terms of skill. And here we go, underway in the second period, 215-pound Blue Hen Conference Finals. A quick escape here for Roberson, 1-0. Little faint shot fake there. Kind of opened up Roberson a little bit there. But Brooks not committing to the shot. Now Roberson will. And good defense by Brooks.
Did McCain make the state tournament this year? Is that did that happen? Did I see that?
I think you might be right. I don't want to misspeak here,
Right.
but I think you're right.
Which I'm not. Again, I'm not too clued in on the scene, but that's big. That's really big. And Brooks' record 36-8 this year. I mean, that's a lot of matches.
In your top rankings here, 215 for 302 Sports. Roberson, coming in at that second spot, and Brooks at the 6th spot. Again, Roberson the senior and Brooks the junior. 1 minute to go in the second period. Both guys still feeling themselves out here in neutral. 48-second shot from Roberson. Reshot now from Brooks. Nothing for either. Another one. And that shot left him open. And how about the turn?
Nothing.
And wow, what a match here. Hard Wizard again as both guys looking for a takedown. 30 seconds to go, and we're head back to the center. Wow.
I got my son. He's 8 years old. Our saying is, "Wizards save butts." Dude. They save butts. I mean, how many bad positions you can be in and throw one of them suckers in, man, and get you it just break in case of emergency.
We've
dude.
seen it tonight
Yeah,
a lot. 20 seconds, short time, second period. Still 1-0 on the escape by Roberson. As we approach the 10-second mark of period 2 here now at 2:15. Potentially heading to the third with a 1-0 score.
Oh, big throw. Wow.
And that was
Brooks.
almost a buzzer beater. And that was close, very close, but not in time. And we're heading to the third with a 1-0 score.
Brooks is fired up here. He's taking bottom.
1-0. Roberson still leading. Brooks now, though, will take bottom, as Josh mentioned, and we're underway. And we are all tied at 1, 8 seconds into the third period.
Roberson really likes the upper body stuff. He's explosive enough to get in, under, and on the legs, but he's clubbing for underhooks. He's trying to – he go for a knee tap there.
And Roberson able to pull the head out and get a 3, sorry again, on the takedown.
Wake up, Nick. Come on.
I know we're at the second to last match here.
Brandywine bus driver, they are
1:20 to go, 4-2 now after the takedown from Roberson.
bus driver for Brandywine.
And again, these two met. It was a 12-10 match, so a more defensive battle today than what we saw in the Del Castle semis. As Roberson locking up Brooks here, trying to use that strength.
Brooks understands he's got to go big.
And how about the lift and finish from Roberson on the far edge of the mat. 1 minute to go in the third, and now he's in control, 7-2.
I mean, I kind of get an idea of maybe what happened at the last time they met because Brooks is trying hard for that throw. And, you know, one of them, and it's a different ball game. You know, he's trying hard to get his hips through on a headlock.
And he does get the escape as they went out. So 7-3, a 4-point lead for Roberson with 45 seconds to go.
Roberson's got to be careful here, man, because Brooks, he's gunning for that headlock. He understands what's happening here.
I'm sure his coaching staff tell him that as well from the side.
I mean, he's almost okay with letting Roberson get the underhook on him. Oh, big collision there.
And there's the toss from Roberson. He's going to get the takedown, looking for some bonuses for Del Castle.
And lift his head.
Roberson was a finalist last year in the Blue Hen, and he's a conference champion this year. Zakir Roberson from Del Castle, your 215-pound Blue Hen Conference champion.
I mean, that's about what you expected, man. A lot of throws, a lot of meat slapping around, you know, bodies bumping into each other and a fall, you know. That was an exciting match, man.
It was. That was a good one, and maybe we'll see those two again next weekend, potentially down the line. We'll find out. And now that takes us to the main event, if you will, here. At 285 pounds, the match that's going to take us away here for the Blue Hen Conference Finals, their last match of the night, and it is a rivalry between Jarquin Torres and Settles. They have met numerous times this year, and it's been Torres that's gotten the better of Settles throughout the season. A lot of sudden victory wins. You know, these matches have gone down to the wire, almost overtime, I want to say, every time they've met.
A lot of 1-0.
A lot of 1-0, that's right. And now they met in the in the conference team finals a few weeks ago. And here we go. They met in last year's Blue Hen conferences, and here they are again, this time with a title on the line at 285.
Again, another like prototypical William Penn, mean, in your face. Eli here is, I mean, he's aggressive. He's aggressive, and he likes to bang. And I mean, he's, for a heavyweight, man, it's interesting. He's very explosive. A lot of good fakes. Level changes.
.40 seconds into the first period, at 285 pounds. And the big one here, St. George's and William Penn. Let's take a look at those team scores to see if this, as William Penn that was pulled away here lately. So it's going to be William Penn with 267.5 team points to St. George's 247.
Yeah, this is a pride matchup here.
Yep.
It's out of reach,
absolutely.
but this is for bragging rights here.
Yeah, these two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Settles is more of a, stereotypical heavyweight. He's looking to club for that underhook, and Eli he's looking for a double leg or something to blow through here. And
very versatile is Eli for sure from William Penn, and again Settles just trying to get over him. Has been such a good heavyweight now for a few years, and just now trying to get over the hump that is Torres. But again, the big one comes next week down at Cape Henlopen. 18 seconds as we wind down the first period, and what we expected was a little back and forth here. Takedown scarce in these two matchups between these guys in the past. 3 seconds to go. We're going to wind down the first. We're heading to the second, 0-0.
nice flip by Marv Dooley there. It's a 4.
4, there we go, the highest of the night.
That's the best one of the final so far.
I know, Coach Julie, when you go back and listen, there you go.
There it is.
Settles will head to the bottom here, and 2 minutes on the clock. We're starting period 2 underway.
Now, I mean, if your Settles on bottom here, you know how these matchups have shaken out. It's important to get up and get out here. You know, you don't need to do too much. I do know
Absolutely, cannot state that enough.
Settles kind of some of the matches I've seen from him in the past, he will throw a roll out there, and I've seen him get caught a couple of times trying to do too much. You just need to get up and get out. Easier said than done with Eli on your back, but get to your feet. Get to your feet, get a stall call. You know, you got to work up.
And I think that's been the difference you point out between these two here throughout the season, and they met numerous times, was that Torres has been a little bit better on bottom and in top in these scenarios. Is that leg being brought up a little bit there from Settles? They'll reset as Torres switches sides. But neutral, they've been pretty even for the most part, but once you get here in the second and third periods, that's where Torres has kind of been the difference maker as he's going back to work. Hard cross face from Torres there. 1 minute into the second period, 1 minute to go.
I'd like to know how close in weight they are. You know,
yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I feel like Settles might be a little bigger, but Eli's so stocky. You know, he's like he's short, and so I'm just curious how different the weight is between the two of them.
Stall call here early on Jaleel Settles. So one stall call here against the Hawk. 40 seconds remaining here in the second period, still 0-0 as Torres trying to work that, trying to pull out that one-at-one, it looks like on the far side. Now we'll have to reset. He is still working, though, as Settles still trying to get back to his base. So Settles, as you mentioned, he's going to have to get working here if he wants to avoid that other stall call here, potentially. Still a lot of time left in this one.
It's tough, man. It's tough when, again, you got a guy like Eli on your back. You know, the pressure he supplies is tough, and he's an explosive dude. So you figure we got 10 seconds left here in the second. Eli's going to take bottom, and he's going to be looking to explode up.
Settles trying to get up here, 4 seconds, but a good job by Torres. What a job to ride out the second period here on top of Settles. And now, as you mentioned, he's going to be in control with a chance to take the lead now as he'll choose bottom. And when we've seen in the past, he's been able to get up here.
Yeah. And I almost – listen, Settles is making the call that I would have made here. Cut him. Let's go for the takedown. You know, let's not waste any time off the clock. You know what you got to do here. You got to press him. Hell, maybe you get a stalling call out of it, but you know, it's just stylistically, it's tough. It's tough to do.
1 point here to Torres. He's got that lead now. 1:45 to go in the third period. Your 285-pound Blue Hen Conference title on the line.
If I'm Settles, honestly, I'm using my weight. You know, I would maybe go traditional heavyweight here, club to an underhook, make him carry you. You know, it's dangerous. Eli's very explosive again.
He is.
But control that head. Try to stuff the head if you can. It's not an easy task. Nice shot.
That was a nice shot, but Torres able again with that versatility, sprawls and quickly into two. And now looking to get back to work on top, and now things just got significantly tougher for Jaleel Settles as we tick under a minute to go in the third period. Torres now leading 4-0, eyeing a conference title.
This is kind of where I've seen Settles in the past try to go big from bottom. And listen, it's surprising. And it's everybody goes, ooh. But I've seen him get stuck a couple of times trying it.
Torres, your Blue Hen Conference champion last year at 285 pounds. Step lift and a nice mat return from Torres. 25 seconds to go. And Torres looks like he hurt that right hand there, and that's what you don't want to see heading into the state tournament next weekend. So we hope he's okay there as he's shooken out. A very tough guy, so for him to noticeably show that. 10 seconds, short time, and back-to-back conference championships coming for Eli Torres. And he does it. Another win over Jaleel Settles. And he continues his stellar season for the William Penn Colonials. He is your 285-pound conference champion. I'll tell you, nobody knows each other better than these two guys at heavyweight.
Yeah, and you know, maybe they face each other next week. It's a fun matchup. It's a very fun matchup. Anytime you get a rivalry like that, again, fun. Fun's the way I described tonight. You
Well,
know?
we're going to take one commercial break, and then we're going to come back and give you our 302 Sports Wrestler of the Blue Hen Conference, and then we're going to put a bow on it and wrap it up here. Matt Sine from St. George's High School. We're right back in 30 seconds on 302 Sports.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
And welcome back, Matt Side here, 302 Sports, live for your Blue Hen Conference Finals. We have wrapped it up here. Nick Alessandrini alongside Josh DeFilippis and Nick Halliday. And what a tournament, Josh. You got to see a majority of it. It was a fun weekend. Again, a great time of the year as we head into Cape Henlopen in the state tournament next weekend. But I think we're going to give out now ROW Wrestler 302 Sports Wrestler of the tournament, or of the finals, I guess I should say. And we had a big-time match earlier in this one between two guys that went through it there in the Del Castle finals. It was a one-score match then, and it was again today as Frankie Norris with a big win over Jordan Payne at 175 pounds. That's where we're going to go, and I think one of those guys is your wrestler of the tournament in Frankie Norris. And what did you think of what he was able to do late in that match?
Listen, we said it during the match. We said it after the match. It was captain behavior.
Yeah.
It was a guy that came out. There was a lot. He felt early. He was down in the match. He didn't get discouraged. Not only did he come back and get on top, but he pushed for bonus points. And I mean, for me, he's the guy. Frankie Norris is the guy today. He's the guy I think everybody was excited to see. And
I'm with you. And he won a big one at 175 pounds. And again, we'll see everybody down the beach at Cape Henlopen next week. Josh, it was a pleasure to call this one with you,
Thanks
sir.
for
I
having me,
appreciate you
man.
joining me, Matt Side, and I'm sure we'll see you here in Matt Side of the future.
cool. I hope so, man. I had a great time. Thanks,
Appreciate
Nick.
it. Thanks
man.
again
All
for
right.
Nick Halliday, Hollywood, and myself. We will see you next time. State tournament at Cape Henlopen next weekend. We'll see you down the beach. It was a great Blue Hen Conference tournament.